Welcome to my channel. Value Old Coins. Here you will find videos about rare, valuable, and interesting coins from around the world. Watch the videos, learn about coin history, coin values, and unique facts you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you even more amazing coin content. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The 1973 D Kennedy half dollar is a fascinating coin that sits within a transitional era of U.S. numismatic history, one that reflects a balance between the coin's symbolic value and its waning role in circulation. It was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark placed just above the date on the obverse side of the coin. The obverse design, created by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts, depicts the left-facing bust of President John F. Kennedy, who had been tragically assassinated in 1963. His image, bold and detailed, was introduced on the half dollar in 1964 as an immediate memorial to his legacy and remained unchanged through 1973. Surrounding Kennedy's profile is the word liberty, placed around the rim, though the portrait slightly overlaps the letters, symbolizing Kennedy's presence taking precedence. At the bottom, the inscription "I in God we trust" is split across the lower obverse, with "In God" to the left of Kennedy's neckline and "We trust" to the right. Centered beneath is a date 1973, with a D mint mark directly above it, signifying that the coin originated from Denver. The portrait is highly detailed, with Kennedy's hair rendered in sharp relief, though on many 1973 D strikes, some of this detail can appear weaker due to mass production methods of the clad era. On the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, the half dollar bears a rendition of the presidential seal, which is rich in national symbolism. At the center is a heraldic eagle, wings spread widely and head turned to the right in the direction of peace. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its left talon, representing the nation's readiness to defend itself, and an olive branch in its right talon, symbolizing peace and diplomacy. Across its chest rests a striped shield, representing the nation's strength and unity. Above the eagle is a scroll inscribed with the Latin motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one, symbolizing unity among the states. Radiating above the eagle are rays and stars, while encircling the entire reverse are 50 stars, one for each state in the Union. The outer inscriptions read United States of America along the top rim and half dollar along the bottom, identifying both the nation of issue and denomination. The coin's edge is reeded, which gives it a tactile feel and aligns with long-standing traditions in U.S. coinage. The technical specifications of the 1973 D half dollar are consistent with all clad Kennedy halves struck after 1971. It is composed of copper-nickel clad, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 11.34 grams, has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 2.15 millimeters. This clad composition gives the coin a silvery appearance while containing no silver at all, a departure from the first Kennedy half of 1964, 90% silver, and the coins issued between 1965 and 1970, 40% silver. The change to copper-nickel clad in 1971 was an economic decision reflecting rising silver prices, and by 1973 the clad half dollar was firmly established as a standard. In terms of mintage, the 1973 D half dollar is notable for being a non-circulating issue. Unlike most half dollars of the era, the 1973 coins were not released for general circulation. Instead, they were struck only for inclusion in official U.S. mint sets. This was due to the diminishing demand for half dollars in commerce during the 1970s. The Denver Mint produced just over 83 million pieces in 1973, but virtually all of them were set aside in mint packaging rather than entering banks or circulation. As a result, collectors today typically encounter these coins in higher grades, often uncirculated with sharp luster, though they may still show bag marks or contact abrasions from a minting and packaging process. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof coins in 1973, with frosted designs and mirror-like fields, but the Denver-struck business strikes are distinct in being part of mint sets only. From a collector's standpoint, the 1973 D Kennedy half dollar holds special interest because of its unique distribution. Circulated examples are rarely seen, since almost none were released into everyday commerce, meaning that most specimens retain their original mint brilliance. While the coin is not rare given the large mintage, its absence from circulation makes it unusual compared to other modern halves. Collectors prize well-preserved examples with strong strikes, and certified high-grade coins graded MS66 or higher can command significant premiums, since clad coins of this era often display weak detail or surface marks. Proof coins from the same year are collected separately, with deep cameo examples commanding higher values. Symbolically, the 1973 D half dollar embodies themes of leadership, national unity, and remembrance. The obverse honors Kennedy, a president associated with progress, vision, and hope, while the reverse reaffirms America's strength and unity under the principles of liberty, Indiana God we trust, and e pluribus unum. Though it never circulated widely, the 1973 D remains a key collectible within the Kennedy series, representing a time when the denomination was shifting away from daily usage toward a role primarily reserved for collectors. This makes it both a historical artifact and a cherished piece for those assembling complete Kennedy half-dollar collections. The 1994 P Kennedy half-dollar is a modern U.S. coin that reflects both the enduring popularity of the Kennedy design and the diminished use of the half-dollar in daily commerce by the 1990s. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the small P mint mark located just above the date on the obverse side. The obverse, designed by Gilroy Roberts, continues to display the left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, a design that debuted in 1964 as a memorial to the slain president. The portrait shows Kennedy's youthful and determined expression, framed by sharply detailed hair. Around the rim, the word liberty is inscribed, with Kennedy's head slightly overlapping some of the letters. Beneath his chin, the motto "I and God we trust" is divided into two parts, with "In God" on the left and "We trust" on the right at his neckline. The date 1994 appears at the bottom center, and above it rests a P mint mark, which is an important detail because Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark before 1980, making the P mark part of modern Kennedy half-dollar issues. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, features a modified rendition of the presidential seal. A heraldic eagle dominates the center of the design, with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its left talon, symbolizing the strength and readiness of a nation to defend itself, and an olive branch in its right talon, symbolizing peace. A shield rests on the eagle's chest, representing national unity and defense. Above the eagle is a scroll bearing the motto "E pluribus unum," which translates to "out of many, one," emphasizing the unity of the states. Surrounding the eagle are 50 stars, representing the states of the Union, radiating outward in a ring around the bird. Along the rim are the inscriptions "United States of America" at the top and half-dollar at the bottom. The reverse design mirrors strength, unity, and continuity, providing both artistry and national symbolism. The edge of the coin is reeded, a feature that not only enhances its feel but also continues a long tradition of reeded edges in higher denomination U.S. coins. The technical specifications of the 1994 P Kennedy half-dollar are the same as those used for all copper-nickel-clad Kennedy halves struck since 1971. The composition consists of outer layers made from 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 11.34 grams, has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. This clad composition gives the coin a silvery appearance without containing actual silver, unlike earlier Kennedy half-dollars. 1964 coins contain 90% silver, and 1965 to 1970 issues contain 40% silver. By 1994, the half-dollar was firmly a base metal coin, minted primarily for collectors rather than widespread circulation. In terms of mintage, the 1994 P half-dollar had production of approximately 23.9 million pieces, which is relatively moderate for the series. Despite this sizable number, very few entered daily commerce because half-dollars were rarely used in transactions by the 1990s. Instead, most of these coins were distributed through banks in limited numbers, retained by collectors, or included in U.S. Mint uncirculated sets. Proof versions were struck separately at the San Francisco Mint, showcasing mirror-like fields and frosted designs, but the 1994 P issue represents the standard business strike from Philadelphia. From a collector's perspective, circulated examples of the 1994 P Kennedy half-dollar typically hold only face value, since they are common and made of base metal. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those preserved in mint sets, are valued more highly due to their original luster and sharp details. The most desirable are coins graded at the high end of the mint state scale, MS-66, MS-67, or better, as clad coinage from this era often suffered from bag marks, surface abrasions, or weaker strikes. Such high-grade certified examples can command significant premiums compared to their face value. Collectors also seek coins with full, sharp details in Kennedy's hair and the eagle's feathers, as these design elements are often areas where strikes appear softer. Symbolically, the 1994 Kennedy half dollar continues to carry strong cultural and historical significance. The obverse portrait keeps alive the memory of Kennedy, who came to symbolize optimism, progress, and a youthful vision of America. The reverse, with its heraldic eagle and inscriptions, emphasizes strength, unity, and the enduring principles of the nation. The three mottos, Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, express the foundational ideals of freedom, faith, and unity. Even though the coin no longer played an active role in commerce by the 1990s, it remained a powerful symbol in American coinage, connecting modern collectors with a design that began as a national memorial in 1964. In short, the 1994 Kennedy half dollar represents the persistence of a beloved design through decades of change, produced in a time when the denomination's practical role had faded but its symbolic and collectible value remained strong. It serves as a piece of American history, bridging the memory of a president, the heritage of U.S. mint traditions, and the evolving relationship between coinage and daily life in late 20th century America.